Hi guys, welcome to Ideology. It's me, Dee from Chicago. I'm actually up in Chicago, taking care of my grandkids this week because their mommy had to go on a business trip. And Chicago rewarded me with a little bit of snow today. It's very pleasant. Oh, I didn't bring enough jackets, let me tell you. Anyways, today starts off or kicks off early voting in I think many different states and areas, and some had a little bit before last week. But in Illinois and Florida today starts early voting. So I strongly urge you all to go out and vote. Please let your voice be heard. Our forefathers gave us that right. I really appreciate if you would exercise your right to do so. It's your civic duty to do so. And also, I'd like to point out that it is 100-year anniversary of women's right to vote. It's very important not to let the women die in vain, the ones that actually died fighting for your right as a woman to vote. So please do your civic duty and get your butt to the polling booth and cast your ballot. I really don't care who you're voting for. I know who I'm voting for. I've done a lot of research on every possible party and candidate, and I have decided to go pretty much primarily Republican this time around, and everyone keeps coming at me with, how can you vote for Trump? Why would you vote for Trump? He's awful. Okay, I did my research. I think logically, I think critically. I do a lot of research, a lot of reading, and half the crap that people are throwing out there negative towards President Trump is complete horse feathers, hogwash, bull crap, if you will. Like I said, I've done the research. I do not just repeat what I've been told on social media. I actually go and do the legit research and find facts regarding all of the false accusations and allegations against him. But what I'm really concerned with is I received my health care through the VA, Veterans Administration, here in Chicago. And I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis last October. The VA started me on state-of-the-art leading medicine. And it's expensive. It's very expensive. To say that I am afraid that Trump will not be reelected is an understatement. I am scared to death. I am scared to death of losing my VA benefits. I know that the Democrat Party wants to go to all sorts of socialist medicine, and if that's the case and I lose my VA benefits, I will not be able to get the medicine that I need. And the reason being is because it's cost prohibitive. I had them actually price it out at Walgreens, and my medicines, I take 2 of them for multiple sclerosis, and it costs roughly $12,000 per month. Okay. If I was able to keep my insurance and I had to pay out of pocket, I would still be responsible for 75% of that cost, which would be $3,000 per month, which is obviously very cost prohibitive. I cannot afford it. Therefore, I would not be able to take the medicine that I'm on anymore. And it scares the bejesus out of me. Multiple sclerosis, if managed with medicine, my prognosis for, pretty decent life for the rest of my life is actually pretty good. Without medicine, it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad for me. So when people ask me, how I could vote for Trump, I'm not really voting for Trump per se. I'm voting for freedom. I'm voting for my rights, my constitutional rights that were granted to me by our forefathers. And President Trump is actually more of a constitutionalist than any other candidate out there. And that's why I'm scared of losing my health care. I'm frightened of losing my health care. My family is frightened that I will lose my health care. And so that's a big thing for me. And socialist medicine is not going to work for me. I've tried to research that as well. Will I be covered and cared for the same way under a socialist medical program? The answer is no. No, I will not. So that being said, I am voting as soon as I get back from Chicago, and I will be casting my vote for President Trump and Republicans. I would like it all to work well together. The candidates, actually Republican candidates for my state, are superior, so I have no qualms about voting for Republicans here. But I want the president to be able to work with Congress and the House and Senate to have everything work as it should and go smoothly in the best interest of the American people. So that is why I'm voting for Trump. I want to keep my rights. I want to keep my health insurance. And I just want the economy to pick back up, and there's no other person that I would trust to be in the White House to do that other than Donald J. Trump. So if you're not a supporter, that's fine. At least get out and vote. Let your voice be heard. People have died fighting for your right. Women have died fighting for the women's right to vote. So get to the polling booth. Don't disappoint. And we'll see what happens after November 3rd. Until then, everybody be well.